Can Ryuko control her emotions, or will fears strip her down? Find out in my review of Kill la Kill, episode 13. 2014 is here, Kill la Kill is back, and it's about damn time. I've been waiting so long for this episode, and I'm really happy because we're finally getting into the second arc of the series, and it looks like it's going to expand on the entire world of Kill la Kill a little bit more, and I really appreciate that. What I love most about this episode, though, is that I thought at first when I was watching it that it was going to be kind of a filler, kind of a downer episode, but it's got a massive twist at the end that really left my jaw on the floor. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. Oh, and if you have not seen this episode, go watch it right now. Come back to this review so we can talk about this. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this new character who was introduced in this week's episode, Shinjiro Nagato. He is a former student of Honnouji Academy, and throughout the course of this episode, he's doing everything in his power to try to get Ryuko to join his cause so that they can rise up against Satsuki and the Kiryuin family. And speaking of the Kiryuin family, we get to see a little bit more from Satsuki's mother, Ragyo, this week. We get to learn a little bit more about their company, Revokes, which sort of controls like 90% of the world in terms of clothing. I don't know. They're not really like getting into that stuff. All I know is they're making it really overblown and hilarious in a way that only anime can do. But really, let's talk about this big twist. Now, eventually we get to learn that this brand new character, Nagita, is actually not who he says he is. It is actually Nui Harime in disguise. And this is at the point of the episode where Ryuko is finally starting to get over her fear of using Senketsu and starting to realize if she's just able to control her emotions, she won't transform into a big freakish Frankenstein monster. And what's great about this battle is Nui is completely taking advantage of like everything that Ryuko is going through right now. And because of that, this is when the big massive twist comes. Nui is able to defeat Ryuko. And not only does she just cut her down, no, she completely cuts up the Senketsu suit into hundreds of pieces, effectively destroying it completely. This is kind of like when Ryuko is able to defeat people and absorb their life fibers. This is pretty much what's going on here, and this is a huge deal. This is kind of like what happened recently in Naruto. Spoiler alerts for that as well. Kind of like how the Kyuubi was actually ripped away from Naruto. Like, this is like all of your power being taken from you. And when I saw this, jaw, floor, just... I don't know what it is, but Nui Harime, obviously, she's definitely got some of the most crazy scenes in the series. She's the one who's been, like, the game changer, and hilariously, she's, like, the most adorable character in the universe. You just want to hug her and have a tea party. The episode ends ominously with Satsuki getting ready to begin the big invasion against the three other schools, Kyoto, Osaka, and Kobe. And I cannot wait to see what's going to happen here, because obviously it looks like we're going to see a lot of action from a lot of random students. And apparently they collected all of the pieces of Senketsu and they're planning on using them on a few random students to test it out. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen here. But bigger question is, what's going to happen to Ryuko? Is she going to be able to get a brand new Kamui? Is she going to be able to have some sort of new ability that they're not telling us about? Is Senketsu going to be saved? I think Senketsu is going to be saved. And the only reason I say that is just because he seems like a character they've sort of tried to put a little bit of time into. Although he's still incredibly mysterious, but I just feel like his story is not over yet. And maybe more of that will come to fruition with the fact that they collected all of the different pieces of it. All I know is, I don't know what Ryuko is going to do now. I don't know who she has to turn to other than her weird, freaky homeroom nudist beach guy. But still, this was an awesome episode that had that great twist at the end. Like I said, the first half of it I felt was a little slow. But once it got to that twist, I was like, oh, this changes the entire episode, and I think that's really effective. And of course, throughout the entire episode, there was a lot of goofy shenanigans from Mako and her family, and even some members of the Elite Four got to do a few things. They look really awesome in their brand new track gear. And of course, just that massive event at the end with Ryuko finally deciding to get over her shit, use Senketsu again, and then it's immediately taken from her. So that's probably going to fuck her up and throw her into some sort of like weird funk. So all in all, this was a good episode. The first half was a little slow, but at least there's some good stuff to look at. If anything, Kill la Kill is a great series to rewatch, because every single time you watch an episode you've seen before, you're always going to notice different stuff either in the background or some weird little animation cues. it's just a gorgeous series to look at, and this series was just another one of those. Just almost every single frame is just amazing. So I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10, but still, it had a great twist in it, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with this big invasion, and of course, what's going to happen to Ryuko. So if you're following the series, you must check it out. It's the first episode of 2014. Get ready to start this second arc of Kill la Kill. So if you guys had a chance to check out this week's episode of Kill la Kill, it's your turn to tell me what you thought about it, and you can let me know with your comments below. What do you think is going to happen to Ryuko? Is she going to be able to get the Senketsu suit back? And remember, guys, before you leave today, make sure and give this video a like and give the video a thumbs up. Absolutely one of the best ways to support our videos. And remember, me and Christian just got finished working on our very first review of Naruto Movie 1, Ninja Clash in the Land of Snow. So make sure and check that out. Thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. So, I'll see you next time, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.